onto the road in a tough environment, tough opponent. And the big thing, kind of talk about the game and what you saw from.
I think I was as weird as it sounds. We lost on Thursday, and I was pleased. I thought we played really well. I thought we got beat. You know what I mean? And then I don't think we played real well Saturday, so I was frustrated with that. I think for the first time all year, I didn't think that we had a very good game plan going into the game. I felt really good all year about how we've prepared and what we've been, how we've approached the game. I don't think we were very locked in Saturday as a coaching staff, and I just shared that with my staff. And then player-wise, I think that it is tough travel, but everybody has tough travel. You could say people don't have tough travel when they play Tarleton and ACU. We have no control over that, right? And so I think my players used that as a little bit of an excuse on Saturday, to be honest with you. And we had no reason to do that. So a little frustrated in that. That's just on the outside. In the game itself, let's give Cal Baptist credit. I think, to me, they're the best defensive team in the league that I've seen so far. They do a great job of taking you out of what you do. It's what we're supposed to do. They've taken that role over from us this year, and that's frustrating. And I told Coach Croy that. I said, man, it's impressive to watch them play defensively. And so we struggled, and we've been playing really good offensively, and that's why we've been in these games. And our offense has kind of been countering our lack of effort on the defensive end, and I feel like we did not have that offense on Saturday, and that's a credit to them and their defense. And so we picked it up. We ramped it up defensively a little bit in the second half because we knew we had to, but it's a little too late at that point, And so we've got to do a better job of just being consistent. I think we put ourselves in a position where you can say, okay, 2 road games, whatever, come back and win your home games, but we lost a home game early in the year, and so we've got to steal something on the road to even that out, And we've got a big stretch coming up that we've got to take care of business, and that's easier said than done.
And it seemed like, looking at the statistics, you guys were pretty similar enough on the stats, but the big thing to stat was the 3-pointers. Going 1 for 12 from 3 is always tough. Was that kind of just a rough shooting performance, or was that based off Cal Baptist's?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. I think Cal Baptist does a great job. They force you to shoot jumpers, which is the way I believe that you're supposed to play defense, and you have to make some if you're going to have a chance to beat them. And we did not. And I don't know what that was. I feel like, again, I just feel like we weren't locked in for some reason, and I haven't felt that way for a long time. Probably since our 3rd game of the year, and so that's only the 2nd time all year I have felt that way. So I'm not concerned moving forward, that's a problem with this team. I just think it just hit us Saturday, but I'm not going to allow them to use that as an excuse. We're going to deal with that today, and we're going to make sure that we don't do that again moving forward. But I think that was the problem with the shooting, is that we weren't focused.
And I mean, Arion, he kind of stepped up. He had a pretty good game for himself. How good does it feel to be able to see somebody like Arion, who's been in the program for as long as he has, kind of step up and take that bigger role in this game?
Yeah, I think he played real well all weekend. He was one of the guys that actually did, him and Ali, I think. But Arion's been doing things all year, just things that people don't notice. Arion came with a different mindset this year, that he didn't need to score. That he needed to do things to help us win, and he's been rebounding the ball when we needed rebounds. He's been like guarding their best player when we needed that. He has scored when we needed that, and we were struggling the other day, and so he took it upon himself to score a little bit. But I've been really proud of how he's played all year, and because that's something we talked about. He needs some other guys to jump on board with him. Ali's been consistent. They did a great job on him the other night. But Ali still did things to help us win that game. If somebody else would have stepped up with him, then we would have had a chance. And so we need everybody else on this roster to get more consistent, like those two have been. And I don't mind saying that out loud, because it's what I'm going to talk to him about here in a couple hours. But I think if we can get some other guys to step up, some guys that aren't playing as much that should be, to step up and earn that playing time, and then some of the guys that are playing to be more consistent, then this team's going to be fine.
And then looking ahead, I mean, another couple tough tests. It's the WAC. It's that stretch of the year. Talk about how you guys can get back on track, especially this week.
Win games. If we win, we get back on track. I mean, we're 2 games out of it right now. That's the thing. It's still early. You're not very far. As long as we got a home stretch coming up. We have to take care of business at home, protect home court. That's easier said than done. We need people to show up to the games and support this team because they do play hard. They are fun to watch. But part of winning your games at home is having an advantage. We played 2 games this weekend where there was an advantage for them to be at home, and we've got to get that. We've got to support these guys and make sure that they understand that people love them and support them. And how you do that, you show up. You don't watch the game on ESPN Plus if you live in Abilene, Texas. And I challenge people, man, that live in Abilene that love this team, that say they love this team, to show up. And to come out and watch them play. And I know Thursday's game is on the road, but it's only an hour and 15 minutes away. So if you can get in your car and you can make it, that would be fantastic. And then the game on Saturday is going to be here. And we need people to show up. I have friends in town that sat at home and watched our last home game. And that's unacceptable. You know what I mean? Like, come to the gym and support these guys and be a part of it. And so we have a home court advantage because it is frustrating when I go to other places and they are teams that have worse records than us and their people are showing up to support them and will them on to victory. And so we need that as well. And so hopefully we get that. But I know I got a little off track on you, man. But it's something that's been on my mind. And I've tried to be really kind and about it, and I'm done being kind about it. I think we need people in Abilene to come support this team, and we've won games, we've done amazing things in this program, and since we've made the move, we haven't had the support that I think we need or deserve, and I know people support this team. And there's people that are coming from Dallas and San Antonio to support this team. We need the people in Abilene to come support this team as well.
Coach, future game against Tarleton State, what specific things have you seen from them that you need a game plan against?
It's like looking in a mirror. And they're tough, physical. They're playing tougher and more physical than us. But the style of play is very similar. We run pretty much the same offense. We have the same defensive concepts. It's always been a street fight, man. Every game that we have played has just been a knockdown, drag-out battle. And going back to whatever, even before we came to the WAC, we played a home-and-home series with them. And so it's going to be a toughness game. We're going to have to be a lot tougher than we were last weekend if we want to go to Tarleton and win. They're going to be hungry for a win. They're coming off of 2 losses on the road. They played the same stretch we did. They lost both games as well. So they just did it opposite. We went to Grand Canyon, Cal Baptist. They went to Cal Baptist, Grand Canyon. Both of us took it on the chin. So one of us is going to get off of that and win a game on Thursday. And so I would expect to see 2 hungry basketball teams fighting for a victory.
And my last question for you, Coach. You mentioned earlier people from Dallas and San Antonio that love this team and show up to go to these games, and your passion for your guys is through the roof. And you said you were done being nice about it. Why now is the time that you started speaking out about that?
Well, I think you got to be. Sometimes people say be careful. You don't want to make anybody angry. Well, who cares if they're not coming? So these guys deserve it. They deserve it. You say if you win, they'll come. We struggled when we won 25 games to fill this place. When we won 27 games to fill this place, and I know there's people here that want to show up, that can show up, and I'm so thankful for the people that come from Dallas and come from San Antonio and come from other places to come watch us play, that love not just our program, but Julie's program and KP's program, and they come to everything. And I think sometimes when people live right here, they get lazy, you know what I mean? And they don't. It's just well, I went last week, I don't need to come this week. No, we need you every week. We need you every game. We do have the students back, and that's going to help. But we need an environment, and I think that's what. Like, I was really pleased with Rio Grande Valley. That's the first time in 10 years that I heard our fans boo. It was awesome, and them booing a bad call, I think pushed our guys in that overtime. Like, they knew there was people here to support them and that they had their back. And so imagine if there would have been another 1,000 people there, doing the same exact thing and cheering and going crazy. And so we need to do some things on our end to do a better job to get some people in these stands. We got to go outside the box a little bit to make that happen, I think, with our ideas. And I'm talking about me and my staff. But I know that there's people here, and I'm speaking to people that I know. So if anybody sees this and I don't know you, I want you to come on. But there's people I know that I'm calling on the phone and challenging them to get their rear ends in the stands on Saturday and for the next 3 home games. But man, it's I know how hard these kids work, and Julie's kids work. I saw a picture of the game, Julie's game, and I thought, what an awesome game for Julie, man. What an awesome win for ACU, not just for her program, but for all of us. I mean, that's a team that only lost 1 game all year, and they came in here, and Julie was able to beat them. And I saw a picture of the crowd, and I was disappointed. Like Julie's girls deserve more than that. And so we need people to show up. And so I'm challenging everybody, man, that lives in this area. Come watch. It's not just us. Thursday night, Julie plays Tarleton, and Julie's putting a good product on the floor. They need support. And then Saturday, when we're playing, whoever we're playing, UTA, we need the support. This is somebody who beat us at their place earlier in the year. We need help, turning this page.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you.